Lord be with you, and a warm welcome, a very warm welcome to you from all of us here in Powers Court with Kilbride. The dog is relaxing beside me. He's really good. He stops everything when I'm recording. It's quite amazing. And he's basking in the sunlight here as I am sitting in the dappled shade on our lovely bench underneath the tree. And as you can see behind me, the lovely chestnut tree is actually coming into leaf. What a magnificent time of year this is, particularly here in the garden of Ireland, the beautiful Wicklow, as all of the plants are now coming into flower and the trees into bud, and around me the bird song is just incredible at this time of year. You're very welcome to join me this morning as we have a little look at one of the scriptures about the third day after Jesus was crucified, when he starts to appear to his disciples. A very exciting time for them and an exciting time for us as a reminder that Christ is always with us now following his resurrection. And so for a few moments now we pause just in the presence of that present Christ in prayer. Now, on that same day, two of them were going to a village called Emmaus, about 7 miles from Jerusalem, and talking with each other about all these things that had happened. While they were talking and discussing, Jesus himself came near and went with them, but their eyes were kept from recognizing him. And he said to them, "What are you discussing with each other while you walk along?" They stood still, looking sad. Then one of them, whose name was Clopas, answered him, "Are you the only stranger in Jerusalem who does not know the things that have taken place there in these days?" He asked them, "What things?" They replied, "The things about Jesus of Nazareth, who was a prophet, mighty in deed and word before God and all the people, and how our chief priests and leaders handed him over to be condemned to death and crucified him. But we had hoped that he was the one to redeem Israel. Yes, and besides all this, it is now the third day since these things took place. Moreover, some women of our group astounded us. They were at the tomb early this morning, and when they did not find his body there, they came back and told us that they had indeed seen a vision of angels who said that he was alive. Some of those who were with us went to the tomb and found it just as the women had said, but they did not see him." Then he said to them, "Oh, how foolish you are, and how slow of heart to believe all the prophets have declared. Was it not necessary that the Messiah should suffer these things and then enter into his glory?" Then, beginning with Moses and all the prophets, he interpreted to them the things about himself in all the scriptures. As they came near the village to which they were going, he walked ahead as if he were going on. But they urged him strongly, saying, "Stay with us, because it's almost evening, and the day is now nearly over." So he went in to stay with them. When he was at the table with them, he took bread, blessed and broke it, and gave it to them. Then their eyes were opened, and they recognized him, and he vanished from their sight. They said to each other, "Were not our hearts burning within us while he was talking to us on the road, while he was opening the scriptures to us?" That same hour they got up and returned to Jerusalem. And they found the 11 and their companions gathered together, and they were saying, "The Lord has risen indeed, and he has appeared to Simon." Then they told what had happened on the road, and how he had been made known to them in the breaking of the bread. The road to Emmaus is one of the most useful templates for how we can process our traumas and hurts, even the smallest of them, by learning that Christ is with us in it. And I'm just going to split it up into some different sections as efficiently as I can without going on and on for hours. The first thing to recognize in this story is that the disciples are in turmoil, confusion. It's the third day after Jesus has been crucified, and even though there have been reports that the tomb is empty, Mary has seen the Christ thinking that he was a gardener, they are still in disarray, and two of them have decided to turn their backs on Jerusalem, How often in our lives do we turn our backs on the things that are oppressing us? It's the most human reaction because we're trying to save ourselves from this hurt and trauma. And sometimes it doesn't serve us very well to do this. So the first thing to note in the Emmaus story is that the disciples are very humanly turning their backs on the trauma itself. So what is it that is causing you to be unhappy or miserable, angry or sad or hurt? First of all, identify what that is. The second thing is that a stranger appears on the road. It is Jesus, but they don't recognize him. This could be in part because of their own trauma. How often in our lives do we get so caught up in what's going on that we find it very difficult to recognize the presence of God with us in the very middle of this? So there might be an element of this if you first of all realize what you're running away from, and then understand that there is somebody actually walking on this road with you, and that somebody is Jesus Christ. The next thing is very interesting in the Emmaus story and in our lives now and our journeys with Jesus. And that is that he pretends he doesn't know what has happened in order that he can ask them to tell him. If you identify what you're running away from, number one. Number two, if you know you're not on your own, but that Jesus is with you. Number three, know that he is asking you to come to him in honesty and truth and to give him your perspective of what has happened. What happens after that in the Emmaus story is that Jesus expands their perspective. And in our own lives as well, if we are willing to come to him, he will expand our perspective of any given situation, no matter how long it might take for us to cotton on to what God is saying to us. And this different or broader perspective can be really useful when we're struggling in relationships, perhaps with another person, or any particular difficulty or challenge in our lives. So we know what we're running from. We know that we're not on our own. We know that Jesus wants us to tell him in our own words what matters. This is in every tiny daily occurrence in our lives. We know that once we have done this, and also if we ask him, God will open our perspective and show us the greater, bigger picture. And through this, we really learn. Then we come to the Emmaus story, the part where the dusk is falling and Jesus looks like he's going to walk on. They still don't know who he is, by the way. And they ask him, this is very important and poignant, they ask him to come and eat at table with them. When all of this procedure is done, it's really important that we find time to just rest with Jesus Christ. Not to necessarily talk or to think or to try and work things out, just to rest with him. Don't forget the scripture where God says, "Be still and know that I am God." The knowing and recognizing of God comes through resting with him, through inviting him to our table, just spending time with him. And that's exactly what happened in the Emmaus Road story. Finally, I think one of the most important lines in this whole scripture is when Jesus has gone from them after all this has taken place. They say to one another, "Didn't our hearts burn within us?" when he spoke to us on the road. Some of us recognize what that feels like. When you are going through this process with Jesus Christ, when he is talking to you, you will know what God is saying to you, because you won't hear it with your mind or your ears. You will hear it with your heart. His words will resonate within you, or the message he is trying to give you will resonate very clearly in you. You will know it to be right. That's what you call your heart burning within you.